One of the strengths of this Buccaneers defense is their run defense, even with their 2 edge guys out of the lineup.
Michael Carter. What a run from Carter. If he gets a block, he can go down that sideline. And he's still going inside the 15 of Tampa Bay.
Maybe Pitts has a chance to cut that ball off before it goes out of bounds. But an excellent play by Johnson.
To the 12-yard line. Ball is out. Loose ball down to the 2-yard line, right at the goal line. It caroms into the end zone. It'll depend on who recovered, but that ball was loose going into the end zone. The fight at the bottom of the pile as Avery Williams jarred it loose. Buffalo recovers. The officials will huddle. This should be a safety.
Should be a safety. Yeah, it's either a safety or a touchdown.
What does Glennon go here on 3rd and 2? They protect him this time. It's deflected and picked off. And more disaster for the Giants. It's Tashaun Gibson. Gibson is going to get all the way down inside the 25, 32 yards on the return.
Lawrence taking a deep shot down the field. Treadwell's down there. Treadwell holds on. Fighting with Jalen Mills for it, but they're going to say it's Treadwell's football. And a 40-yard completion for the Jaguars.
Stafford throws an interception. Chuck Clark takes it back for the score.
Chuck Clark saw it the entire way, Adam. He had his eyes on Matthew Stafford. He tried to come out and go to his tight end, Tyler Higbee, and he just jumps it.
This is exactly what you want if you're the Raiders.
Sanchez punting from his 25. Fielded at the 24 by Renfro. Renfro out across midfield. Down the sideline, and it's the punter, Sanchez, who finally knocks him out of bounds after a 41-yard return.
Ryan, 4-man rush, forced to step away. He's hit, the ball is out. It's a strip sack, and Buffalo recovers. And the fire hydrant got the football. Harrison Phillips recovers as Greg Rousseau knocked it out.
Doing great things in the community. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Got an open target. It's Chase at the 40. Look at that move. Look at Chase go! Oh my goodness, what a gear he just found. Chase for the touchdown. Wow, Chase is on the case.
Play action here. Lawrence too high and intercepted. Miles Bryant on the return. Down the sideline, cuts it back and spun down. 2nd career interception for Miles Bryant.
All kinds of time to unload it long. Hartman has it. And he's out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
Always good for one of those stats, and I love that every Sunday.
Should I leave now?
No.
Okay, 2nd and 9. Allen, field wide open in front of him. He will run. He will get a first down. Stepping through tackles, sliding by others, and all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And even 17-5 would have been fine. Just keep extending this lead.
Ryan stepping away from pressure, throwing to Pitts over the middle, breaks a tackle at the 40, breaks another at midfield, and Pitts down the sideline. Tremendous speed, and Pitts finally caught at the Buffalo 19.
From the 45, fake to Taylor. Wentz steps up. Wentz fires downfield. Caught on the deflection. T.Y. Hilton, touchdown.
Really fun run scheme to study.
Jake Funk is in the game as one of the 5 targets. Stafford under pressure, lost the football, and the Ravens may have it.
It's Joe. Wide open. It's Chase. Chase. There is no Chase. It's a touchdown. Nobody's going to catch him in the open field. 69 yards to go with a 72-yarder in the first quarter.
Giants haven't had a 100-yard rusher in 19 games. Hard to believe. Glennon, football is loose. Who's got it? And Chicago has recovered.
Hopefully they'll have him back in time for the playoffs.
Second down and 9. Carr fires downfield. Zay Jones makes the catch. Inside the Colts 20-yard line. 42-yard pass play.
First and 10. Fake to Johnson, who offers a block and going deep, and he's looking for Waddle. He got him inside the 30. Big time completion.
Too early to report, you know? Gives me a headache.
Here is Devontae Freeman breaking free. Into Rams territory inside the 45-yard line.
He has like 5 pass interference penalties. Like you guys, which is a lot for a receiver.
First down, Burrow airs it out to Higgins with the catch. Right over Fenton.
8 tackles for Clay Brooks today and 2 passes defensed. On third down, Bourne has a first down and more. Kendrick Bourne exploding down the sideline. And Josh Allen is able to drag him down. You saw the acceleration from Kendrick Bourne.
Foreman, Wildcat snap, and the first down. And driving his way, Howard tries to punch the ball away, and he's inside the 15.
Catch made to the end zone. Cyril Grayson. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Carlson from 33. His kick is good. Raiders win. What a game.
Relinquish the quarterbacking duties here to Logan Woodside after a successful 2-touchdown pass day, 3rd and 11. And a big burst here, Hilliard, which will put the cherry on top for the Tennessee Titans on a 39-yard touchdown run.
Brandon McManus will kick it off. We're underway from SoFi. Andre Roberts, return man, he's going to take it out 2 yards deep in the end zone. Roberts running lane. Roberts has got speed to the outside. Outstanding return to open things up. Chased out by McManus on a lean towards the sideline.
Huber the holder. Straight away from 20 yards. McPherson. The kick is good. And the Bengals have won the AFC North.
You talk about the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. They're back. The Bengals won the division. Kansas City drops possibly the #1 seed. Is it Tennessee, Jim?
Tennessee.
Cardinals pick up the blitz. Pass downfield is caught by A.J. Green.
Single setback, Javonte Williams, 1 series for Brett Rippon. Locke is going to throw it. Protection holds up. Locke uncorks it deep, and it's caught. Cortland Sutton in Los Angeles territory.
Boyle. And hit as he throws it complete. They brought pressure, Ryan Neal. And they're going to call this a fumble. And Seattle has it.
After Darnold's first incompletion, he gets sacked and he dropped the football. And the Saints pick it up with Davenport after P.J. Williams popped it free.
The field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, New Orleans.
Here is a fake punt. And the throw is broken up at a flag. It looked like the defender did not get his head around.
Seattle defense looks great early on as Russell Wilson Takes over at the 36-yard line. Wilson looking backside. He's got a receiver. Wide open. Swaying. Gliding. And out of bounds close to the 5. Freddie Sway with a game at 58. 137 yards against Houston 3 games back, then 135 against the Bears last week. And he's putting on a show to start this game so far as Detroit's Igwebuike returns it, and he'll get inside Seattle territory. Boyle, delayed handoff. Amon-Ra St. Brown, nice move. Amon-Ra, touchdown Lions.
Roy, another young guy, second-year player. That sets up a 3rd and 7, and Hill's going to take a shot for the first time today, and he connects. Great grab by Callaway across the 50.
61-yard attempt. McManus leans into it. It's on the way, and it's good. Broncos on the board. McManus with a bomb.
3 penalties on the Cardinals defense on this possession by Dallas. Croy circles Gallup. That's where Prescott goes for the touchdown.
On those end cuts, and that just hasn't happened in this game.
3rd and 6. That pass is right on the money, and this is Ayuk, and Ayuk with running room. Ayuk inside the 35. Brought down by Eric Murray.
And they hand it off straight ahead. Penny. And Penny. It's the sideline. Puts his head down. Big footer. Rumbling. Out of bounds. Boom. As Coach Madden would say.
3rd down and 11. Hill from deep in his end zone. Boy, just got rid of that, and he completes it. Callaway climbs the ladder. 1st down. What a conversion.
Callaway did a great job. He threw it back shoulder, and he did a great job of coming back and getting the football.
Only 21 seconds to go. Here's Swift. And Swift with a big lane. Swift out of bounds.
13 tackles, 2 of them for a loss. This game against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Loss of 4. Herbert slings it underneath, and Eckler remains upright. Down the sideline. Eckler hit from behind. A long catch and run, eventually dropped by Fuller.
Unfortunately for them, the score is what it is, that they don't have to get away from it. Murray keeps. Protected. Kirk. Got it. Hit him in stride inside the 25. He's done some pretty good things up front to throw Dallas a little off with that pass rush. 3rd down here. Wesley up to get it. Touchdown, Arizona. 2nd of the game for Antoine Wesley.
At the 43. Boyle sets up, goes deep. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown! Wow!
Just stay out of it entirely. Just don't do it. McManus kicks it off. Roberts will take it out a yard deep in the end zone. Looking to get to the outside. Cuts it upfield. He can fly. Andre Roberts. Oh, it's a race. And Andre Roberts is going to go. Touchdown. Chargers. 101 yards.
The fake to Mitchell this time. Lance. Going to wind up and throw, and it is complete inside the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Deebo Samuel.
His 9th year in the NFL, savvy veteran, 3rd and 3. Herbert loads it up, separation, catch made, Mike Williams, touchdown, and there's the record for Justin Herbert.
But just been a couple big passing plays down the field that you've been able to get loose.
Here's a big play for the Houston defense. That pass over the middle, and it is caught by Kittle. He was interfered with, made an outstanding catch anyway.
Just find a way to throw the ball in his direction.
Eli Mitchell. Mitchell breaking free.
20, 10, inside the 10 and down at about the 5-yard line before being caught by Desmond King.
Shotgun here, Locke on first down. We are under 8 minutes to play. Michael Boone in there. Locke, deep shot. Nice adjustment there. Seth Williams with the grab.
Undrafted free agent out of South Carolina, was with Denver the preseason before being released. Now Kamara finally breaks one. Staying on his feet down near the 20. Long run of the game for Alvin Kamara, and it came at a pretty good time for the Saints.
Just to be associated with the coach. And here's a reverse. How about this? Eskridge with blockers. Breaks it back. Down at the 1.
3rd and 2, and on the inside give, it is Jones bouncing to the outside. Aaron Jones on the run. Into the secondary, inside the 20-yard line. 48. Pitch it back, and Jones accelerates through the secondary. And another big run for Jones. Take him down to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 5. Rodgers comes back to the other side towards Lazard, who's got it. Down in bounds. Touchdown, Packers.
Understands a little of the human side of this game, and I think he's very well respected inside this organization.
Well, KJ Osborne just made a sensational one-hand grab.
Brain to go all the way to the ball to see it, but your chances of making that catch go up.